What's going on, y'all? What is this? What it is? Volume what? 65 or some shit like that? Okay, so we finna get right into it. But before I get into this video, y'all know what I'm about to say. We have I'll be down in Atlanta in exactly 1 week, okay? And then that Saturday, Ashley will be at the blackout, and I hope to see all of y'all there too, as many who can make it. Make sure when you come, it's at the Crow's Nest in Atlanta, Georgia, from 3 to 8 p.m. Make sure, please, please, please do not try and come empty-handed. Bring some school supplies for the kids. You can bring a book bag. You can bring a book bag full of shit, or you could bring, if you can't afford all that bullshit, just bring a notebook or bring some pencils and shit. School supplies out here like 50 cents. And if y'all was smart, y'all would have went on ahead and got that stuff. Y'all would have went on ahead and got it like during the time school first let out, like after the first couple of months or first couple of weeks or so like that. You know, when the school supplies and shit was like real cheap. Now they finna go up a little bit because school's about to start for those who ain't started already. But yeah, bring some stuff for the kids, and you gotta be 21 and older to drink if you're gonna drink. So make sure you bring that ID with you, and it's open to the public. And if it's still time to donate, if you want to donate. But other than that, I just want everybody to come on down and have a good time. I've been looking forward to this all year, and I just can't wait. I can't wait. So, yeah, let's just get to this. First of all, before I really get deep into the video, because we do have one deep subject to talk about. Besides this one, this week has marked the first, not the first, but the 10-year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. And you know, if you guys don't remember Hurricane Katrina, or I don't know where you've been, or you probably was young or whatever, it happened in New Orleans, Louisiana, the Gulf Coast, basically down south. Many states, Mississippi, Alabama, all those were affected by it. Okay, and a lot of people were displaced, and it was just terrible. I remember hearing about it, and this happened right before I went to college. Right before my freshman year, I had just graduated. In the week of August, I had literally just got my job. I just got my first job. And all this stuff broke out. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, I heard about it, all the news reports about, okay, Hurricane Katrina is a category this and a category that. And then they was making it seem like it really wasn't going to be that much. But then all of a sudden, they was like, y'all need to evacuate. And there's a lot of people that did want to leave their homes and stuff. And it just went to something that was probably, I don't even know if it could have been avoided. Like, if the levees were strong enough, yeah, but still, it still would have caused a lot of damage and all that stuff. But when I used to see the clips and stuff like that, it was very heartbreaking to see all these people just, like, if you were a human being and you had a heart, your heart broke seeing those pictures and seeing those images, and seeing those people on top of houses, and just waiting and spelling out the word help and all the and stuff that they had to get the attention of the Coast Guard and stuff like that. And it was just sad, because I just imagine myself, what would I would do if I had to go through something like that, and if my family got displaced like that, or if I lost a loved one and something like that. That pain and that fear and that sense of not knowing what's going to happen next, what my life going to be like next. My heart goes out to all of them, everyone who was affected by Hurricane Katrina. If check out Bondi Blue, her channel. She was directly affected by it. She's down there in New Orleans. But yeah, the city's still trying to get back to where it was. But I just really wanted to mention that, put that out there, make knowledge of it. It's not a thing that you sweep under the rug. It caused a lot of stuff and opened our eyes to a lot of, poverty and the issues, economic factors and stuff, and race shit. Yeah, and cover-ups and all that stuff. But speaking of that, let's move to this subject. I don't even want to call it a subject, but this thing that happened probably a couple of days ago. WDBJ TV News, Channel 7 News, I believe the Channel 7 News, in Virginia, small town in Virginia, I guess. And I woke up Wednesday, and I wake up a little bit later on Wednesdays. I just know my whole timeline was filled with this whole thing talking about, oh my God, these reporters just got shot on live TV. I can't see, I just don't understand. And what really directed my attention to it, because Kevin from the Scorpion Show, he was tweeting about it, and I was like, what the hell? And he was talking about, I seen one of his tweets, this what really caught my eye. He was like, I seen the video. I'm not tweeting that video of what he did. That is fucked up. And I'm sitting here like, it's a video? What is going on? So I had to go look it up myself, and my whole timeline was just filled with it. And basically, it was this guy named Vesterly Flanagan, I believe, and he was on and off a news reporter for different, media outlets. And he went by the name of Bryce Williams when he was on the news and things like that. And basically, he had got fired. He came back up and he shot this reporter who was 24 years old. Her name was Allison, and the cameraman, his name was Adam Ward, I believe. And they were in the midst, literally, she was in the midst of interviewing this woman who also got shot, but she survived. Adam and Allison, they passed away. And it was so fucked up the way that it happened. Like, I actually saw both videos. I saw all the videos, okay? We're going to get into it. I saw the clip of when the actual news people were, filming on their own news channel. And then all of a sudden you hear the pop, and you hear Allison running, and you trying to see her running and all that stuff. And then, the footage goes blank, and it goes back to the newsroom. And the anchor woman who was sitting there, she was just like, I don't know what happened, but we'll get back to you guys, okay, shortly, and once we figure out what was going on. And then I sent the videos of the actual shooting when old girl got shot. This motherfucker filmed himself walking up to the girl, to all three of them, and you see the gun pointed. And not one time did she turn and look in his direction. And I'm like, she doing her job, because I'm like, she don't see nothing coming out the corner of her eye, because sometimes you can see shit coming. But she was just so focused, or, probably trying to listen to the feedback in her ear. I don't know what was going on, but she did not turn around. He pointed that gun at her like that, and then put it back down. And then it was like he was trying to get his positioning right. And then he did it again and just started letting off shots. And you just see the girl running. She shocked at first, like, what the fuck? And I was like, did it really hit her? Until he started going some more, and she was running. You just hear her screaming and all that stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, and this fool uploaded this shit on his Twitter, on Facebook, or whatever the fuck he did. Himself was tweeting about it. Mind you, you're tweeting about this girl said some stuff to you during the time that you was employed in this with this news company. She wasn't even there during that time. So how the fuck? And I just was pissed off, because I knew for a fact that everybody was gonna try to make this a racist, racial issue, black versus white and all that stuff. And yes, racism probably did have a little part to do with it, but that was not the big picture in this one. Okay, you can't even put it on there like that. Yeah, this man was a disgruntled employee, ex-employee who got fired for behavioral reasons, okay? That's what the fuck it was. I don't care if you get up in this comments and try to say, well, see, this is what the thing, and this what they want us to do, and what about this, and oh, I seen some shit like people saying, oh, so, these two white lies is better than, people want to feel something for that, but what about when the police go out here? That ain't even the fucking point right now. Two different fucking subjects, okay? Two different fucking issues. This whole thing was basically about fucking mental illness. Once I heard about it, and once I started digging more into it and doing my own research into the whole thing, mental fucking issues, okay? This motherfucker, people were saying and giving little accounts of how he was when he was in high school. He sent out a 23-page manifesto. This man had this shit premeditated. He knew what he was doing. He lived directly across the fucking street from the damn station, okay, that he got fired from over a year ago. Over a fucking year ago. He was just stalking all of that. That's what he was doing. He was planning this stuff. You can't tell me that it wasn't planned when they found him in the car with wigs and money and all this stuff as if he's trying to escape. Like the whole plan was not for him to commit suicide, but for him to escape and go on the run. He had this shit thought out. Okay, that was his plan A. Plan B was like, okay, fuck it. They got me. Let me just shoot me because they ain't finna take me in alive. But let me tell you something. Yes, and when I say racism do got a little bit to do with it, but it's not the overall ruling factor in this shit, it's not. Because anybody can have a fucking mental break. This man had a fucking mental break. And you can't sit here and deny the fuck that it can't. If you go back and you read some of the articles, hell, I posted a few of them on my Facebook, and they was in detail because they gave accounts of people who known him when he was younger, his family members, some of his ex co-workers who actually said that, he was a decent guy. You never would have thought he would do something like this. He was cool in high school, and then another person was basically saying he was like a professional victim. Everywhere he went, in every circumstance, because he was a gay man, because he was black, he cried racism and he cried people was being discriminating against him because he was gay. At one point, he called out, he said something to one of his ex-employees about that, and he was like, dude, I didn't even know you was gay. So I was like, what the hell is going on? And when you look at it, and if this man had go from one job or one situation and people are saying, he was cool, he was this, he was that, and then all of a sudden he just snaps and he's always, getting fired or, having behavior problems. That's what they were saying. Basically, you're getting into it with your coworkers. Your threat is they ask you a question, you get all up in your feelings. Child, they said in one thing, he had wrote a letter to some place. I don't know if it was a store or whatever it was, but because the person said have a nice day instead of saying thank you, he wrote a lengthy ass letter to that place as the reason why he should have said thank you instead of have a nice day. Who the fuck does that? They both mean the same damn thing in a sense, like have a nice day. I don't see nothing rude about that. Oh, you wanted a thank you? Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. I mean, Jesus Christ. All right? But they did say, previously in at least one instance where a case was settled out of court, he did file, racial discrimination lawsuit for the reason why he got fired and said on the job the boss was calling him a monkey and was making other racial, slurs at him and, said that to other black people on the thing. And they didn't take it to court. They just settled out of court. So that 9 out of 10 to me means that, he probably had a valid case in that. But just because you had that one experience there don't mean that that's probably happening everywhere else, which I'm not going to deny the fact that racism and stuff like that don't happen, especially in certain positions or whatever. Yeah, that does happen, and people of color and of minorities get passed up for certain positions in favor for a person of Caucasian descent. Caucasian descent. That ain't funny, but Caucasian descent. A white person, y'all. Oh, girl, stop it. But that's not what the real issue is here. This man was dealing with some stuff inside of him. He was a gay man. He probably had troubles. And like I said, you go back and you look at his history, the shit was escalating. It was building, and all of a sudden it just snapped. And, how can you go from being just this sweet person, this calm person, this nice person on this spectrum, and then all of a sudden you're writing all these stuff basically saying how angry you are and how you're inspired by school killings and, the Charleston, South Carolina shooting of the black people, so let me go shoot these people or whatever. And then you wait a year or so after you got fired to come and shoot and kill people who didn't even do anything to you that we know of now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just sitting here like, what was the point? Because you want your name out there. And if you can't see what was going on here, he wanted his name out there. If I hear and read something that a person wrote from themselves talking about something they were inspired or looking up to all these these school shootings, and things of that matter. Who the fuck looks up to shit like that? Someone who's not all the way there, because that is not right. All right, and you letting this rage and rage and rage. And at one point in there, he did say something about, oh, they said get some meds. No, I ain't taking no meds, some shit like that. He knew he had a problem. That sounds like to me, this motherfucker was probably borderline schizophrenic, manic depressive, or bipolar, or anything in the such, because he just snapped. And you can just, as he was, putting out the timeline in that manifesto or whatever it was just building and building and building. Okay? And instead of just taking the time out and going to get some help and actually sitting down and talking to somebody about what was going on, he let his rage and his issues come out in the most violent way possible. And then he went on this chase, and the cops was looking for him, and they had him, and then he killed himself on the highway. Like, he shot himself, they took him to the hospital, and he wound up down in the hospital. And my thing of it is, like, mental illness is no joke. And you cannot sit here, no one can fucking sit here and tell me no otherwise, no different, that this man was not mentally ill some way. He was not all the way right up here to do some shit like that. Okay, you want to throw in race, because I know I'm going to get a few of them comments. Oh, but Ashley, I'm disappointed that you don't see the connection. Yes, I see what's going on. But look, let me tell you something. Stuff like this can also enrage, and we already in a racial climate right now, a high racial climate, and then we get some stuff like this going on. This finna just add on to it. Oh, so y'all finna come out here killing us, or you think you can kill us because this justified for this, and da, but you killing us and doing all this. All this shit finna start up and continue what's going on right now. Okay? And it's just, and it irked me because I was seeing some tweets where people's like, this shit is fake and all this stuff, and oh, it's an agenda. No, this motherfucker was ill. This motherfucker was stalking them. Okay? You was fired. And you waited over a year plus to come back, and you was fired in February 2013. All right, and he was trying to get hired other places, but they also went into his background and was saying that there's a pattern. People would kept on saying that he's having these behavior issues and blowing up at his colleagues and, doing all this stuff. And it was just like, I don't see how people can, just want to throw it all about race. And they basically painted him out to be like a person who, a professional victim. Oh, I can't get this because I'm black. Maybe it's probably because you just don't qualify, or your work ain't always up to fucking par. You have to take responsibility for your own actions, okay? But this man, like I said, he was not wrapped too tight, and he just probably had a psychotic break, and he was just over it. He was probably depressed and all that. But I'm not going to sit here and say that, race probably was not really a factor, but it was not a huge factor in this sense, okay? Mental illness was. That's what it was, all right? And if y'all can't see that, I mean, oh well. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I don't even care if race was a factor or whatever. You don't go on no fucking national TV and just shoot somebody just because. Black, nobody should be out here just taking lives regardless. I don't give a fuck what's going on. I don't care if these people targeting this. That don't mean that it makes it right for you to go out there and do the same thing to get revenge, because then this shit just gonna keep on going and keep on going. Like, no. I just wasn't here for that bullshit. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. And it's just very sad. And I just hope that, a lot of people saying, this may give rise to a lot of copycats and people taking their issues out and things of that matter. You can't you gotta be extra fucking nice to people these days. You really can't. And I be thinking about that so much, because where I work with the public, okay? And anybody can come into my place of employment and let you not be able to fix the issue that they want the way that they want, who's to say that they can't come back in here with a gun and just go off on all of us and everybody in there? I had one person come in, he got pissed because he couldn't get some tickets in time. I told y'all about this. Like, he went the fuck off and he left and then he came back. You don't know what the fuck people was gonna do, you know? So you're just not safe anyway. You're not even safe in your own home. You can't even be safe on your own block. Can't be safe at your workplace. Can't be safe in school. Can't be safe going to the fucking movie theater. Whatever. It's just sad. Anyway, moving on. Um, Donald Trump needs to go. I'm so tired of him. I am so tired of fucking Donald Trump. I just seen that latest clip of he was talking at some place and this guy, Jorge Ramos, he got up, I think that's his name, from Univision. He got up and he was trying to talk. I don't know if he was called, but Donald Trump was basically like, no, ain't nobody call you. Sit down or whatever. Go back to Univision and all that stuff. You know, and in my mind, I don't know where Donald Trump was trying to come from, but when I heard go back to Univision, it almost sounded like, you know, the way that people be like, go back to Africa. You know, shit like that. Go back to Mexico. But that wasn't really the most disgusting part of that. Because they had him removed, but then later allowed him to come back. The most disgusting part of that clip was whoever the fuck that was Donald Trump's supporter or whoever it was, who stood outside and literally told dude, go back to Univision. Univision ain't welcome here. Go back to your country. Get out our country. Dude was like, I am an American citizen. What are you talking about? I'm not here for that type of racist bullshit. And that is blatant racism right in there. You can't even fucking deny or sugarcoat that shit. I'm just like, and this is what, you know, them countries who got them countries, them cities who down south or whatever the fuck it is, who got Donald Trump in the top. This what y'all okay. Okay. Moving on from that, Donald Trump, whatever, bad girl. So let me get this little shit out the way. Everybody's so shocked that Drake and Serena, you know, they got caught kissing or whatever. Drake been to Wimbledon supporting her ass. Drake was at her other game supporting her. She won. He, you know, gave her some complimentary dick and all that stuff. Okay, who the fuck what? Okay, they used to fuck around in the past, so who cares? I don't understand why this is such a big deal. I really don't. It was just everywhere. Oh my God, they got caught kissing. So, what? If they fucking, they fucking. Let them fuck. Who cares? It's not that. It's not fucking news or headline worthy. It's really not. You know what? Go back to this shooting thing. Talking about headlines. New York Daily News, you need your ass kicked. Whoever is the editor in chief and the person who approved that, you know, that cover story or them still shots of the lady getting shot and her running in her face and the gun and all that stuff, you dead ass wrong. And you know what? People probably, if they got hearts, they probably not going to buy. But then again, people see something that's going to catch the eye and that's going to catch the eye and draw them into buying that shit. It's just like when these websites put these salacious ass titles on their blogs or whatever so that you could click on it. And then when you read it, it has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with what that title says. That's fucked up and disrespectful to New York Daily News. Where the fuck you are. But anyway, Kanye West, will y'all be watching the VMAs this Sunday? Ashley will be watching, depending on how good it is or how bad it is. I'll review the performance or whatever. I know Kanye West is getting a Video Vanguard Award this year. I hope he do a good job. All I gotta say is, Kanye, please let the lights be on, okay? And let the lights be at an appropriate level and the fireworks and all that be at a minimum so that we can actually see your ass, okay? Because that last performance that you did on live TV, I think it was at the Billboard Awards, baby, we couldn't see you for shit, all right? We was just over it, okay? But, you know, who else? Nicki Minaj is opening up the VMAs. After all that grandstanding about that shit, you know, not being nominated for Video of the Year and all this stuff and yada, 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 she's going to open up. Okay, girl. Okay. I get you. But moving on, Meek Mill gonna be in that audience like, I'm be like, girl, shut your mouth. Close that up. Froggy jump. But moving on from that, talking about something else. I don't know if y'all remember. I just wanted to mention this. When 9/11 happened, it was this picture that became very popular, and they called this woman who was covered in nothing but dust. It was an African American woman. I don't know her name. I can't. I it's at the tip of my tongue, but she was filled with a whole bunch of dust, like literally just dust everywhere. Called her the Dust Lady. She recently just passed away from cancer. So sad. Rest in peace to her and to her family and all that stuff and all these tragedies. It's just tragedies and the after effects, the aftermath. It's just a lot. But yeah. Moving on from that, Derrick Rose. Okay. So Derrick Rose was going with some chick from 2011 to 2013. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I was seeing different things around that time. That was when he fucked up his leg, or he was injured or some shit like that. I don't know. Y'all tell me, because I'm not into sports like that. And all I know about Derrick Rose is that motherfucker came, he went, he came again, and he just be on. You just gotta be on. Just looking like, oh my god. Every time he get on the court, don't fall too hard. Don't do too much, because you just gon' we know more about his ass fucking up his fucking ACL and MCL and all that shit, being injured out for the season because he injured more times than he be playing. Okay, so basically this girl who is his ex-girlfriend is coming out basically saying that Derrick Rose gang raped her. And the reason why she didn't say nothing is because she didn't want to cause her family embarrassment the time that she said it. Now I don't know if it's true or not, but that little statement right there, she don't want to cause embarrassment to her family and all this stuff. So you announce it publicly. You keep it private for 2 years and then you announce it publicly. Basically what she said was she was over at the house and they was drinking, and next thing you know, he drugged her drink and the shit started, and this was supposed to happen in a home in Beverly Hills. Do y'all believe it? I don't know. When it comes to, rape allegations, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh no, he ain't did it. Or I ain't gonna say, oh, she lying or whatever, because you never know which way it's gonna go. But I like to hear y'all opinion on it. If it happened, that's very fucked up. That's very fucked up. I don't condone rape in any type of way. You know, that's just disgusting. But if it happened and if it comes out to be true, he needs to suffer the consequences for it. And if it didn't happen and it comes out that she's lying, she needs to suffer the consequences for defamation of character. Okay? You don't falsely accuse somebody and you know damn well it's not true because you got a little vendetta or whatever. So I don't know. It can go either way. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. First we had Drake and Meek Mill. Now we got Diddy versus 50 Cent, the Vodka Wars. Effing Vodka versus Ciroc Vodka. And if you looked at the French Montana interview this morning, basically he said what a lot of us been saying. We not taking this shit seriously because the shit is a marketing ploy. Okay? It is a marketing strategic strategy. Strategic strategy. Girl, okay, girl. You just said the same thing twice. I guess. But that's basically what it is. 50 know what he doing. And the fact of the matter is they going at each other, they saying this, and mostly 50 Cent is saying a whole bunch of stuff. But it's funny, and it's like, okay, 50, chill, because we over it. We got the video of French Montana throwing the vodka in the 50's vodka in the garbage. I mean, that don't make no sense because it's already paid for, so it really don't affect him. And they just going back and forth and shit like that. 50 said Montana, Diddy touched Montana, but okay. It's stupid, but it's kind of funny, but it's childish as fuck. But I see exactly. Once it got started, I saw exactly what it was doing. And truth be told, it's gonna do numbers for both they stuff. Because Ciroc versus effing. Okay, I ain't never really had Ciroc, so let me go taste Ciroc. This is my first time hearing about effing vodka. So let me go find this and taste this. And, let me see which one's the better. And in the process of you doing that, trying to see which is which, you just done put money in his pocket and Diddy pocket. Okay, so there you go. But it's cute, but it's getting a little boring. You need to chill out. 50 be bored sometimes. That's what it is. 50 be bored. And he be just throwing it up in the face of everybody. You get this lawsuit against you. You got to pay back, $6 million. And then all of a sudden, you throwing money here and you throwing money there after you claim bankruptcy. Okay. He just don't give a shit. But moving on from that, The View. Joy Behar is coming back for the new season. DJ from Full House, she's coming. Cameron, I'm gonna just call her Candace, whatever the fuck. DJ from the Full House. Oh my God, let's talk about that. Did y'all see the Full House movie on Lifetime? That shit was boring as fuck. And I was sitting here like, where's the shit at? Y'all missing some stuff up in here. But anyway, if that's boring like that and it was kind of trash, I ain't even gonna hold my breath on how the not to say about the bill. I already seen that was ultimate trash. 90210 Beverly Hills 90210 do that shit. I'm be sitting here like, I'll be like, that ain't even happened. Even though I wasn't there, I'm like, that ain't even happened. You lying. Now I can tell you, even though I wasn't there, what happened. I be looking at the people like, something don't sound right, okay? But yeah, she's gonna be on there, and I think they getting somebody else. But how do y'all feel about Joy and they just coming out and just, it's like always been a constant rotation ever since like Barbara left. It's been a constant rotation of hosts and co-hosts and all this special guest hosts and all this stuff. Like, I honestly feel like The View has had its time, its day, and it's just time to move on and let it go. Okay? Just let it the fuck go. Who is still watching The View? Because I am not. I've been stopped. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. Speaking about some more stuff, let's get into some reality shit. And I'll talk about this more. I'll probably talk about it again when I do the review. Put down in the comments if Married to Medicine and Basketball Wives coming back for a new episode Sunday, or is it gonna be next week? Because like I said, Sunday is the VMAs and we all gonna be watching that anyway. So, tell me that. But speaking of Married to Medicine, y'all know the little white. If you've been watching it, it's a new girl on there her name is Jill Connor. And I think she's friends with Toya, but she's kind of somewhat friends with everybody. But she got into it with Dr. Heavenly and Lisa a little bit. She was the one when they was at the strip club. Lisa tries to blame for that stripper coming up there talking about her husband was going into the strip club and shit like that. Girl, whatever, the little white girl. So it's so crazy because 2 or 3 episodes ago, she was on the show, supporting her husband. They was all like, they was lovey-dovey. And people was like, made mention they do seem a little odd together. Girl, come to find out, and I seen this shit on TMZ. I don't know how true it is, but August 13th or some shit like that. Something happened where she got into it with her husband. Her husband was like, who you texting? And come to find out she was texting some other guy. Okay, he was basically like, girl, if you cheating on me, we getting a divorce and I'm taking the kids. I said, shit, it's like that. Next thing you know, they saying that she hit him in the face with a spoon, threw a spoon at him, and started punching his ass. And then went fucking crazy because I guess by him saying, I'm gonna take the kids in this divorce, okay? And she like, you ain't finna take my kids. And she just snapped, and they said she went to the kitchen, got a butcher knife or whatever, and started poking and cutting herself. And I'm sitting here like, so what you trying to make it seem like he was doing this shit to you, like he attacked you or whatever? And he had to call the cops. Cops was called. She got arrested for domestic violence and putting the kids in danger with all that bullshit. And I'm just sitting here like, Jesus Christ, all this is just y'all be looking up to these reality stars and thinking they be doing it, and behind the scenes when the cameras go down, they life in turmoil just like yours, struggling and just as fucked up. And then Speaking of more reality shows, Love and Hip Hop. Okay, y'all. So look, I'll be able to live tweet again for the reunion part 2 for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Thank God. I have an interview that Monday earlier, so I get time off for that. But that's why. And I'll be home to tweet with y'all. I'm so glad. And next week after that is Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Love and Hip Hop, from that 6-minute trailer, that shit look like it's gonna be good. It look like it's gonna be a better season. Mally Mal, we ain't see. I don't think Masika on there. Okay, Young Berg is no longer there. Masika's not there, I don't believe. And we don't see Mally Mal. Nikki baby, she's fucking around with Lil Fizz, like really fucking around with Lil Fizz. Like, she in his house and lingerie and everything. And I'm just like, so that's kind of real? Or is this just for the camera? Fizz is play. But that scene with, Rich Dollar gonna be on there as Monique's boyfriend or whatever. And that scene when he sat down with her mama, I said, well, damn, Rich. She was like, how many times have you seen me? Is this your first time seeing me? And then it was a contrast from that, like she acting concerned about her daughter. And then all of a sudden, we get this other little shot of Lil Fizz just going off on her, saying you need to be a mother to your own daughter. And he was crying and shit. I was like, fuck. And then you get that other scene where Monique was crying on him, and they both was crying. And he was like, that's the first time I seen your mama or whatever, seen the reason why you are the way that you are and all this stuff. I was like, oh my God, so y'all having a come to Jesus moment. It was kind of cute. I was like, ooh, But I just want to see how Willie from Day 26 and his family gonna interact with this. Because like I said, his wife and April, they're best friends or besties or damn near. They're really good friends. And, Soulja Boy fucking around with other bitches. And Naya, whatever, Liz, she's allowing it, She want to get mad. And I guess he fucking around with one of her friends. And they gonna get into a fight. Tierra Marie, all of a sudden, Princess Love and, Ray J, they on the outs for the moment. She tired of him fucking around. She comes home and see him with all these strippers and shit. They get into a fight. Next thing you know, she gonna team up with Tierra Marie. Mad you, huh? Tierra Marie didn't get along last season. And then, towards the end of that, you team up and y'all want to be so-called friends, and then you fight. Girl, Jason Lee, that blogger, I ain't never really heard of him, but I heard about when he put Kelly Price on blast for trying to take one of his events or whatever, and I know he going back and forth at it with I don't know what the hell happened between him and B Scott. Y'all remember B Scott is B Scott. Okay, that's him. And now he's like this, I think he a blogger for Ebony Magazine or whatever. And, besties with Mariah Carey and, lovebscott.com. And they was going back and forth a few weeks ago. Like, Jason was putting all the B Scott shit out there saying basically he was broke and he had to file for bankruptcy. He was going on these different celebrities' couches or whatever, sleeping on this and sleeping on that. And I was just like, ugh. B Scott put up something saying that somebody from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood had contacted him and basically was like, you want to come do a scene or whatever. He was like, bitch, please. He put this on Instagram. And then Jason Lee was, he pounced on it. And here's my thing. If motherfuckers don't like each other, why is it that you know what these people are doing? I'm not finna keep up with a bitch that I don't fuck with, okay? If we had a falling out, we had a fucking falling out. You're blocked, deleted, and all that shit. I'm not finna put your name in a search bar and try to see what the fuck it is that you doing. Because once we done, we fucking done, okay? I just don't get it. Like, I always be wondering that. Like, if y'all don't fuck with each other, how you know all this shit? I know sometimes the fan be saying stuff, but you ain't gotta engage it. Like, okay. So, Love and Hip Hop look like it's gonna be good. Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I hope it's gonna be good. I saw a lot of fights on there. Okay, and that's what as ratchet and fucked up as that sound, that's what we've been missing on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was good, but it wasn't up to par to, the dramatics that it usually be. But I'm just We'll see. Ashley will be reviewing it, and they did show look Milan Christopher and his boo, and they little love triangle. Look kind of interesting. I think one of them is going with a woman too at the same time, and I don't know if she know that he actually was fucking around with a dude. Child, it's a lot of mess. It's a lot of mess. I'm gonna be watching. Will you be watching? But is there anything else I want to talk about? Hmm. I talked about that. Talked about that. Talked about that. Okay. Pause. Did y'all look at Fear the Walking Dead? I saw the first episode that came on this past Sunday. Um, and it was good. It was good. I know it was getting a lot of flack because it was kind of slow. And at first, when I was watching, I was like, okay, where's the action? Where's the action? But then when I started really, really watching and paying attention and just getting into the show, I was like, okay, I can appreciate this. Because when you look at The Walking Dead from the very beginning, it don't go, it like from one scene, it comes on and everything is cool. And then the very next scene after Rick got shot and he wakes up in a hospital and the world is gone to shit. And we don't know how it got there and we don't know how it started or whatever. Just everybody gets zombified and all that shit. But on this one, it's basically, it's like happening in real time and it's giving, building up and showing, okay, everything was cool, and it's just the progression of people slowly finding out what the hell is going on. And I kind of like the way that they building that up. They're not giving you too much. They gave us a couple of shit, that say, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? But now they just showing how the world just starting to turn to shit instead of just showing that, okay, this is family right here. And then the next scene, the whole world is you know, just gone. Okay, everybody just dead. So I kind of like it. I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm gonna keep watching it. If y'all have not checked out Survivor's Remorse, check it out on Stars. Power is not on no more, so Survivor Remorse is taking the time slot. You need to look at season 1, and this will be episode 2 coming on this Saturday tomorrow. It is a real good show. It's executive produced by LeBron James, and it's about this guy who I think he's from Philly or Boston. From Boston, he gets this basketball contract, and he was in the basketball league for a minute, and then all of a sudden he get this big contract, and like he's the it guy, and he's moving his family, you know, down to I think in Atlanta or whatever. And at one point he had a little condo in the first season, and it's basically like he putting on for his whole family. Everybody works for him or living with him, and then in this season, because he's getting all these contracts and he got a bigger contracts and he getting all these deals and stuff. He got a bigger house. They all living together. They all working together. And the drama that's unfolding from it is real good. I like it. Y'all really need to check it out. Um, yeah. If y'all watching some stuff, y'all, tell me some good shit that y'all watching. I might check it out. I ain't say review, but I said I might check it out. But the fall season coming up and the TV schedule's about to start back up again. So, you know, check out The Whispers. That shit is good as fuck. They come on Channel 7, ABC 7 on Monday nights at 9 o'clock. Check that shit out. Really, really good. Them kids, boy, I tell you. But yeah, y'all put down what y'all watching, what y'all listening to. Alyssa Cara. I think that's how you say her name, Cara. She got that song out here. Her EP just came out today, and it's only 5 songs. It's fucking good. I love her voice and everything, and her little subject matter that she's talking about. It's very age appropriate for her, and I'm digging it. So I'm looking forward to when a full length album comes out. The Weeknd, his new album is out. I listened to the majority of it, and from what I've heard, I actually like it. The Weeknd, he just put it out there that he a cokehead, okay? And you be thinking that the songs be talking about a bitch for real, and the song is really talking about his love of coke. And I was like, you know what? I get it. Double meaning and all that shit. You do what you gotta do. But it's a good album so far from what I'm hearing. What I've heard of it, I gotta go listen to the rest of them. I think I got like 3 more songs there. It's cool. And who else I was listening to? Tiana Taylor had got a little new little mixtape out. I think it's called Cassette 1994, something like that. It's cute. It's real cute. I like it. And I think she got a song on there with her boyfriend. And I didn't even know he can rap like that. I know he played basketball, but he's kind of good on it if that's really him rapping. And it's only 5 songs too. It's cute. Who else got some music out that I recently listened to? I love Jill Scott's new album. I already told y'all about Black Rose from Tyrese. Oh my God, it's been so much. Ugh. And thanks for the suggestions that y'all, put out there last week. I definitely checking some stuff out. Do I got anything else? That's about it, y'all. Okay, I don't want to keep y'all too long. Y'all got the whole weekend to chop this shit up. Y'all just don't understand. I'm so excited because next week, y'all might not get a video from this, but y'all might get a compilation video, or a vlog or whatever the fuck, of what's going down in the Atlanta at the blackout or whatever. So I can't wait. I really can't wait. It's so fucking needed, and I just can't wait to see y'all and just have a good time. And we just gonna wild the fuck out and be good with each other and be great and just be drunk and happy, I just can't wait, y'all. But anyway, I hope y'all have a good weekend. If y'all gotta go back to school next week, y'all already in school, I feel sorry for you. But shit, enjoy this fucking weekend and be safe with it. And I will see you guys later.